Oh man, I feel like Charlie with the setup. How X Factor destroyed a contestant's entire life. Sunny V2. Everyone's mad at him right now, you know? I got some comments about that last time. Do you guys not know? Do you not know how upset we are with Sunny V2 right now? I have no clue. I have no clue what you guys are upset about. As far as I'm concerned, that's all you guys do every single day is find something to be upset about so you have something to post about on Twitter. I don't care. I'm like at that point. Maybe I'm just getting older, but like I'm reaching that point where it's like, what'd they do? Did they kill anybody? I guess I don't care then, you know? Hey, remember to cut my hair after this, by the way.
Alexander received 4 no's from the X Factor judges. Her entire life fell apart over a 10-year period, and the whole thing was documented on
She looks like she had a nice sound reaction to it.
camera from 100 different angles. It all began with this email right here, in which Zoe first reached out to the X Factor requesting to appear on the show, explaining that she was a 22-year-old Pink impersonator but wanted to audition as herself. After being
What does that even mean? You're a Pink impersonator, but you're just, I'm throwing the Pink impersonation out of the window. I'm gonna impersonate myself at this next event. Good luck.
accepted as a contestant, Zoe was asked to send through 5 songs she wanted to sing, yet the X Factor then specifically demanded that Zoe audition as Pink.
They wanted me to sing a Pink song. He basically said that if I didn't, I wouldn't be going on the show. So I agreed.
Okay.
After agreeing to do so, Zoe was invited in for an interview where
What if she's just not good at a Pink impersonation? Destroyed her entire life? We'll see. We'll see.
they continued to ask her about Pink.
All he wanted to talk about was Pink. Have you seen Pink live? Do you know?
Oh, is this one of those things that they do where like they try to make her like look like the obsessive one? I've seen this happen so many times. It's like a weird thing that all these reality shows would do. Remember when they took that one Asian dude on American Idol? And he sung that Livin' La Vida Loca, or I don't remember what song it was, but he sang some song and it was pretty bad. But they literally just like they put like he got more promotion than people that won the entire like season. They literally just clowned on this dude. And he knew the entire time. He was like, I know that they're just making fun of me, but I'm getting money. Like they were ruthless and just like shitting on this dude.
Pink's real name. Do you think you're like Pink in real life?
With Zoe adding that they
Do you see what I'm getting at here? I know I'm talking a lot, but that's what I do, you know? It's just like once you start getting those questions, you have to know, like, we're waiting for like this is the weird thing where she's obsessed about being Pink.
they had no interest in her personally, showing that the X Factor had an ulterior motive to create a story out of her being Pink.
Of course.
Before heading out on stage, one of the X Factor producers then encouraged Zoe to give an overly emotional performance.
And he said, make sure you use all of the stage. If the judges say no, beg them, cry, get
You need to, hold on. She's amazed by the green screen.
down on your knees and beg.
So when she'd appear in front of the judges just a few minutes later, this is what went down.
I'm going to sing So What by Pink.
Okay.
Okay. Off you go.
After stating that she was
Off you
gonna
go.
sing So What by Pink, Zoe gave a boisterous emotional performance, using the whole stage with excessive facial expressions. However, the focus on her physical delivery,
Wow, she
and
really
a few
does look
other
like
things
Pink.
which we'll talk about later, meant the singing was fairly average, leading the judges to stop her mid-song before stating this.
I honestly think that you need to go away and take the time to find yourself as an artist.
Despite this, the judges
Oh my god, dude. You see how they do that? The things they'll do for entertainment. She'll go in and say, I want to just sing like I want to go as myself. And they're like, no, you do a Pink impersonation. We want you to make it weird. Like we want to be concerned for your mental health. Can you do that for us? She goes out, she does it, and then they're like, I really wish you just would have focused on your own thing. Ugh.
were kind enough to give her a second chance,
Should we get a second song?
Yeah.
I want to give you a chance.
yet she was then stopped midway through her second song before the judges once again implied that they didn't think she was good enough.
Because at the moment, it just sounds like every other average sort of singing voice.
But as
I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, this isn't really a hot take per se, but I just want to say that anytime I watch like American Idol, and there's like occasionally there's somebody who's like, wow, this person's crazy, but 90% of the time when somebody's like winning American Idol or they're climbing through the American Idol ranks, I think that they all sound the same, and that's mainly because you have them doing covers of their song, or not covers. You have them doing covers of other people's songs pretty much consistently. Like there were some people that would go on American Idol and they'd be like, this is my own original or whatever. But 90% of the time, they're just singing other people's songs. So yeah, it's so weird. Like it's not really shocking that only like 2 of the, who knows, however many people won American Idol. You really remember them nowadays? You know what I'm saying? Like I remember Kelly Clarkson. There's others. I don't remember them. Jordan Sparks. I remember her. Who else? I don't know.
As the judges explained that she wouldn't be going to the next round, Zoe turned the criticism back onto them.
You told me to sing a Pink song. I didn't want to sing a Pink song. You guys told me to sing a Pink song.
Sing a Pink song.
Zoe then
Yo, this is embarrassing. That show is trash, dude. I'm actually getting upset. They like set her up for that and then make her look like the crazy one. I'm gonna lose my mind.
proceeded to lose her temper before bringing her dad onto the stage, swearing at the judges and throwing the microphone toward them. After some more chaos then went down backstage, Zoe lashed out at the cameraman ending the segment. However, in terms of negative feedback, this was really only the start. The family was so distraught from the event that they drove home in silence, yet Zoe seemed convinced that they wouldn't include her performance in the final cut of the show.
Sorry, you were too good for television. Your anger, they probably wouldn't have if you just went, oh, okay, I guess I'm not Pink.
I still didn't believe that they would show my audition on TV. I mean, how could they show the systematic bullying leading to a breakdown of a woman? It would be too upsetting.
Until about an hour after arriving home, when a
You're a bunch of X Factor reject and Pink impersonator flies into a frenzy and attacks producer after judges reject her from the show. You know, it's so funny. Oh man, it's so cool that we have the internet now, because if I watched this back in the day, if I was just watching this on television, we didn't have the internet, we would still just assume she was crazy. We wouldn't hear her story for like 20 something years. Like legit. And I know this this happened in 2012, so I'm hearing the story over 10 years later, but I don't watch X Factor, so I didn't know about this. But like she would have gone her whole life with no one knowing like, oh, this is what the producers told me to do.
A Daily Mail reporter who was at the audition called the family to get a statement for an article and to tell Zoe that she was definitely going to appear on television.
They will edit it in any way they can to show it on TV because it is TV gold.
With this information, Zoe's mental health
it
began
is.
to decline rapidly.
I couldn't sleep.
Because TV people just don't care about like who they abuse. It was the same with the music industry for a while. That's the cool thing about the internet, right? We might be oversaturated with content creators and like music and stuff like that. Like there's a new new musician every day. YouTubers are also making music, even if they're not good at it. Who am I to judge? But at least there's like a rise in people that don't have to follow this weird corporate structure where they just basically get bullied, and told that they're trash. Hold on, I'm gonna grab this kitten because she's driving me insane. Bro, the headphone hair is insane right now, by the way.
I just stayed up every night. I can't stress to you enough what an emotional wreck I was. I didn't trust anyone and I just kept breaking down, crying.
Made even worse by the countless articles talking about the situation before the episode had even gone live. Then, after 6 weeks of fear, Zoe's phone began to ring.
I got a phone call from the X Factor informing me that they were going to air my audition. I was honestly so terrified. I just
of course.
said no and put the phone down.
Within hours of the episode going live,
The most shocking audition ever. Pink impersonator Zoe Alexander's violent foul-mouthed rant as she's rejected from the X Factor. Oh my god, dude. Imagine just like, this is why, like whenever somebody's in trouble for something or whatever, I'm not for doxing them, which seems like it would be a plain ass take. But if you hop on Twitter, that's like the common regular ass take is like that, or not the common regular. That's like the hottest of takes. Oh, this person potentially did something bad, but we don't have all the facts. We should go ahead and cancel them now. That's what Twitter does. But like, there's so many instances like this one where she probably would have gotten doxed, and then only 5 years down the road we would go, oh, that woman that we doxed, turns out she was wrong. So she did have a rational reason to react in that way. Whoops. Sorry. I know it's been hard for you to get a job at McDonald's because everyone thinks you're like insane, but whoops, our bad.
Live, the performance was being called the most shocking audition ever.
And also the types of people like the TMZ, the what are they called, paparazzi, the types of journalists that report on this are like the lowest of the low when it comes to like just human ethics and just overall as people. They kind of suck hot shit. And this is coming from a guy who knows that celebrities aren't these idols that are perfect and everything like that. But somehow paparazzi always manages to make me feel bad for celebrities by how just annoying they are. Like, I feel bad for celebrities because they have to deal with paparazzi, and I should never have to feel bad for celebrities ever. That should never happen.
While other publications such as The Mirror called her X Factor's most shocking contestant ever. As a result of this, Zoe stated, "I was recognized everywhere I went, laughed at, pointed at, threatened. Both myself and my dad have been threatened with violence to the point that my dad had to physically defend us."
I'd go to the gym and people
And I bet he did defend, and then they were made to look worse because of it.
would watch the video on their phones in front of me and then whisper and laugh.
Despite this, Judge Tulsi Konstastavlos refused to change her attitude on the situation, stating there is always
That's not really shocking. These judges, Oh my god. Especially Simon Cowell. Simon Cowell is just like, he's a lot like DJ Khaled in a way. You know, he's got all the ego of somebody that makes art, but in reality, he just is able to pick art. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's so funny when people are like, you don't understand. DJ Khaled is a genius. He mixes, it's like, they'll be like, he's a genius the way that he mixes certain artists together. You mean like when he mixed Justin Bieber and Chance the Rapper? He basically went like, who are the popular artists? Let's gather them all together and put them on one song, you know? And I don't really feel like that takes genius as much as it takes connections, you know? It doesn't take a genius to be like, Justin Bieber, and then a rapper that's safe for like pop rap, you know, like a Wiz Khalifa or Chance the Rapper's, like I said, a perfect example. It doesn't really take a genius to put someone like those two together, you know? It's like, I mean, who knows, man? But Simon Cowell, you know, you don't understand. He signed many successful people. Congratulations, dude. I can also, you know, listen to somebody that sounds good singing and go, "Hey, we're gonna send you in a studio with these guys who are professionals. They're gonna make an album that's gonna sound good because they're professionals." Like, think of how often that's happened with American Idol. Some of these people, isn't the whole thing they win like $1 million record deal? Some of them probably haven't even made $1 million. Some have. Don't get me wrong, but it's like it's oh my god, dude. I don't know, these reality shows, the singing talent shows and all that, I hate them.
Always going to be the odd person who throws a massive hissy fit. Thousands of people.
But I'm also the guy that watches cringe and like pretty much continuously is like, this isn't cringe. Don't worry about it. You know, it's just somebody just trying it out.
All over the years have auditioned, and this one person couldn't control their temper and threw a fit. But I don't think that's a reason for everyone to go, you've got to think about their emotions. That was one person. Those are her issues, and she chose to bring those issues to the stage. Given she now had no other option, Zoe began to defend herself by stating that the show deliberately tried to make me out to be this girl with a bad attitude, before she theorized that the X Factor deliberately encouraging her to sing a Pink song was part of a plan to increase ratings through televising a poor performance, which would explain why the producers encouraged her to be emotional in the minutes before the audition. Zoe Alexander was set up for a fall, and yes, she couldn't sing, but that isn't the issue under discussion.
She couldn't even sing? Oh god.
Setting people up to mockery.
I wonder what she was gonna do. Listen, guys, I know I'm pausing a bunch, but here's my thing, right? Everyone's mad at reactors now, because all they do is they press play on a video and then they sit there for 10 minutes. With me, you know, you're like, no one's coming to me to watch the original video with, you know, no one talking in the background. You come to my channel, you know that there's a good chance I'll go on a 5-minute tangent, okay? But I wonder what she was going to do if she wasn't going to do the Pink thing, because apparently she can't even sing at all.
By deliberately enhancing their self-image beyond their talents is cruelty bordering on human rights infringement. Zoe's volatile nature would have been spotted in one of the earlier auditions, and then stoked up so she would outburst on TV, and thereby encourage a flagging audience to tune in with the expectation of future Jerry Springer moments. Shameful, just
so
shameful,
trashy.
Yet others were a little less compassionate. Look, she may have been set up by producers, which isn't fair, but at the end of the day, she can't sing.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. So we're just like literally, here's the thing, right? I understand what this guy's saying because I literally just said it myself. What was she gonna do if she couldn't sing in the first place? But if you're purposely leading, it's that dude from American Idol. These people will purposely lead on somebody and tell them, no, you'll be great. Get on this. Go, you're great. You sound amazing. They will basically like gaslight them into thinking that they're perfectly fine and they sound great and blah 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 and all this and all that. They'll not force them, but they'll get them out on the stage and then they'll be like, this guy's crazy, he thinks he's good, and then you have to deal with that. And I'm saying, you know, like if you have if your ego is super in check, maybe you won't rage or anything like that. But a lot of people, like most people, if they were bamboozled into embarrassing themselves on public television, like national television or international, I don't know, if they were basically not forced, but tricked into embarrassing themselves on television like that, they'd be pretty upset. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I just wouldn't have done the Pink thing, but I'm not her, you know? I would have been like, nah, I'm not doing the Pink thing. I'm not going on, you know? And they'd be like, well, you won't be on at all. I'd be like, I guess I'm not doing that then.
The judges were just being polite by using the identity thing as an excuse because she did get to sing a second song, which she was also rubbish at. Her violent/physical outburst was wrong, full stop. Yes, it's unfair for producers to mislead her, but her reaction was atrocious and very bratty.
You know what's so funny about this type of response to this thing too? You realize you're saying this and, you know, maybe the producers of the show would be like, yeah, but the producers of the show love when somebody has this kind of outburst. Do you really think the producers of the show are like, oh, we can't believe she had that super aggressive reaction, that really hurts? No, because they get a bunch of views off of it. Like, there's so many producers for television shows, reality television, award, whatever it might be. They get so excited at the idea of somebody raging that it's like it's prime content for them. And it's pathetic, but like that's what they want. But they'll pretend like, oh yeah, it was crazy how they love to see you reacting like this, because they think it condones them to keep doing what they're doing. No, it's her fault. She was emotional. It's not our fault for leading her on, but whatever. Yeah.
Also, her dad shouldn't have brought her back onto the stage either, as this escalated the whole situation. She got to sing 2 songs, whereas most people get to sing 1, and she wasn't good enough end of. Yet Zoe didn't stop pushing back against what had happened.
I wonder if that guy still feels the same way. I mean, he clearly said that she was led on to do that, but like he had more likes than anything. And you know what? I don't care, dude. I'll have hot takes all day. I feel like this is a lukewarm take. I just don't feel like you can do that to people, and then you can emotionally manipulate people and then be shocked when they fight back or something like that.
Approximately 7 months after the audition went live, an article was published by BBC News titled "X Factor Cleared Over Pink Tribute Act Complaints," in which it was explained that Zoe had gone to the government broadcasting agency Ofcom, claiming that the X Factor had ignored her track choices, changed her song list, and dictated her outfit and hairstyle, insisting on her appearing in her pink persona. Yet the agency found that the judges' comments were balanced, and her violent reaction after the audition was unacceptable by any standards, whatever her perceived grievance. Accordingly, Ofcom has not upheld Miss Alexander's complaint, with articles such as this one perpetuating Zoe's nightmare.
People said to me, oh, don't worry, it'll blow over, it won't last forever. And it lasted for years and years.
Okay, I'm going to go off on a little distraction here. I just want to look truly sad how TV shows would rather ruin someone's life than make a genuine episode. Crazy how one person successfully shut down an entire segment of the entertainment industry after what she did. No one trusted talent shows ever again. It's truly sad to see X Factor go out of the way to ruin a life. Zoe didn't deserve the treatment. She got it all. It's crazy for people to have a passion to it leading their life to be ruined. My family okay. I'm sorry. I just read, I saw that post, and I saw that the article that he was just reading, and about how they're like, we don't see any wrongdoing. I thought that maybe I was insane, and I was going to scroll to the comment section, and I was going to see a bunch of people going, hey, this bitch is crazy. But I'm glad to see that all the top comments agree with me. That's a classic Reddit moment, okay? Take my Reddit gold kind stranger, because I don't even know what I thumbs up. Crazy on one person section. Okay, yeah. But like genuinely, I thought I was going to scroll down and I was going to see a bunch of people talking trash. I feel like this is like, these TV execs, man, they suck.
Things became even worse when Zoe's performance racked up almost 100 million views in compilations such as these two. However, with comments such as "I don't trust any of these" after hearing Zoe Alexander's story, it seemed there was more that was yet to be discussed. On the 20th of July 2020, Zoe uploaded her own video titled "Zoe Alexander X Factor The Truth," in which she now revealed that the performance itself had been edited and even CGI'd to make the
They removed her tooth, saber teeth changing into buck teeth. Oh my god, dude.
X Factor looked good and Zoe looked bad. She stated the judges actually began the audition by essentially insulting her.
And he moved on to tell me that I was very overconfident, which wasn't shown on TV.
And after she started singing, the audience went crazy by cheering. However, in the final cut of the show, this had been reversed, so the audience was instead cheering while the judges gave their opinions.
They're so pathetic, dudes.
In the broadcast footage, the audience reaction has been completely changed. The audience could be heard clapping and cheering her words, as if she was voicing the opinion of the entire audience. In fact, the audience at that moment sat in silence.
As a person who was in the audience, we were told to keep quiet when the judges say anything, so yeah, you're definitely telling the truth. Zoe went on to explain that the music they played was also different to what she'd sent through.
The track that they played was not the track that I had sent them. It was in a different key and it was a different track.
And when she'd thrown the microphone, she'd done so.
Wait, what if she wasn't even bad at singing? How funny would it be if she wasn't even bad at singing? It was just slightly like they played the song at the wrong key and she was just confused. Because you could be a decent singer and sound bad if you're off key, obviously.
Because they'd turned it off while she was explaining what had happened.
Then I realised that they'd turned the microphone off, and that was when I threw it to the floor. But somehow in the video I threw it like that. I didn't. I threw it to the floor.
Zoe then debunked the segment where she'd seemingly walked off and come back with her dad.
I categorically did not leave the stage and subsequently return hand in hand with my father. Once again, the footage has been completely fabricated. Another example of the X Factor's over-imaginative editing.
So sad.
Before she added that even the judge's comments had been inserted at a later date.
Also, Nicole did not stand up and say, no, baby, no. That did not happen. So they were cut in afterwards to produce the footage in their fictitious
So
storyline.
pathetic, dude.
Backstage, another scene was filmed in which Zoe begged the cameraman to stop filming. However, this also didn't make the cut.
I was saying,
Honestly, you guys deserve to be replaced by YouTube. And I don't care if it's reaction channels or people that invest a lot of time in their work, or maybe people that just upload themselves chugging water all day. You guys, the television and its hierarchy and all these weird people, you deserve to be replaced by some Joe Schmo uploading whatever he feels like, because you guys treat other people like garbage. Like, it is insane.
please stop filming me. Please stop filming me.
This scene was cut from the broadcast footage and replaced with even more fabricated footage, which better suited their storyline, as it didn't portray me as aggressive. The real footage would have clearly demonstrated the broken and emotional state into which I had been bullied.
And with this information, everybody began to stand up for her. I admit I was one of the many who laughed and thought you were this crazy lady who was just mad that you lost the audition. I'm so sorry, they're so horrible for doing you like this, with others informing Zoe that her video had blown up outside of YouTube. Over on TikTok, a relatively small account made a 15 million view video talking about what had happened, which when duetted by Zoe, gained a further 27 million views, with almost everybody
Zero interest in the video, by the way. She just does not care. You're gonna knock over everything. She already knocked. That's insane. Can you believe that?
sticking up for Zoe. As a result, Nicole Scherzinger's comment section began to fill with comments regarding Zoe's treatment, and therefore the judge did this.
Can we just talk about the fact that Nicole Scherzinger has blocked me on TikTok?
Despite this, the mainstream media ran with the story, causing the X Factor to backpedal rapidly.
You have made the X Factor turn off their Instagram comments. You have made the X Factor turn off their YouTube comments. And you have made the X Factor change the title and description of my X Factor audition video.
With a 19 million view audition video having since been removed altogether. On top of this, Zoe's appearance has also been taken out of the mega viral top 5 angriest contestants video, which when considering Zoe's poor attitude and the show's sketchy editing, feels like a reasonable middle ground between the two parties.
Hilarious. Hilarious. I love to see big TV execs lose for their shitty behavior, you know? It's just crazy to me, dude. It's like, this is the best example I can think of. Imagine me watching like a cringe compilation and then being like, I'm going to contact this dude. I'm going to convince them that they're the best person ever. I'm going to have them on my YouTube channel. Let's say I have millions of views, right? I'm going to have them on my YouTube channel. I'm going to have them sing. I'm not going to tell them that I actually think they're trash, but they're going to perform in front of millions of people, you know? I would never do that. I would never do that. Instead, I'll watch the cringe compilation and I'll come to my own conclusions. But I could never be a judge on one of these shows, man, because I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to Simon Cowell somebody that can't sing and be like, why are you here, you absolutely worthless piece of shit? He didn't sound like that, but I'm just going to be like, hey, it's not really for me, man. But that's not good for television. You have to make these people upset. So you have to basically bully them into acting insane or being crazy or whatever. And it's pathetic. It's pathetic.